Hey everyone, welcome back to Market Mamas. We're really glad you guys are here with us today because we have another powerful topic to discuss. Today we're talking about the impact and purpose of taking aligned action.
Yes. So this term is relatively popular across many arenas and for good reason. It's really critical to actual growth and real movement in life and goal pursuits. Okay, so to start us off, let's be specific about what exactly this term means. If you ask Google about aligned action, you will read aligned action means your every move is connected to a future vision. The only reason you take an action is because you see its purpose in fulfilling the bigger picture. It's like understanding that certain threads weave together to create a tapestry. Makes sense, right? And this can truly be on any scale, from the grandest of big picture goals, such as all of our trading sessions, backtesting research, and psychological journal entries that have been directed action at the goal of becoming 7, 8, 9 figure profitable and impactful traders. But it also includes smaller, more mundane and day to day experiences, such as driving to the grocery store, selecting your food, waiting in line to purchase your items, and then taking your food home. These actions were purposeful to supply the nourishment that you need in your home for you and your family. Actions aligned with a goal. So it really applies to so much in life.
Totally. I'm so into this aligned action topic and I just love those two words together. So I recently started the book, Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun by Reginald Lewis. And this line caught my attention right away. Winning or losing is secondary to how you play the game. I instantly wrote that on my notepad on the fridge, and I just took a moment to realize that this statement is just full alignment, with the specific and strategic actions that I've been trying to take. I have been taking, to better my own trading game. The context of this quote wasn't a sports environment, but as we've pointed out, many times before, there's a lot of parallels between the trading psychology in sports arena and the trading our trading psychology arena. So I truly believe when you can separate yourself from the emotions tied to winning or losing, that's when you can just fully go in on how you play your game. The operation of it all. And then, the odds of winning are actually in your favor. And it's almost inevitable. I would say our odds are even better than those of sports because we're really only a one member team, at least when we're executing on the charts. We don't have to factor in other teammates, potentially falling short. So our only job really is to manage ourselves and honor our own processes. Those of us that have been at this for quite some time, we know exactly what that is, what that is that we have built into our system to play our best game and to stay in the game.
Yes, I love that. And as I have grown and worked on my mind over the past couple of years, I found a truly powerful connection between my mind and my actions. One of the most influential authors and content creators for this growth period for me was Dr. Joe Dispenza. I've read and watched a lot from this man, and there are some really important and impactful ideas from him that spoke to me, such as this quote: when our behaviors match our intentions, when our actions are equal to our thoughts, when our minds and our bodies are working together, when our words and our deeds are aligned, there is immense power behind any individual. I really love that. And it speaks to the idea that when our actions align consistently with our words, this harmonious energy can really cultivate trust, coherence, and authenticity, both personally within yourself and then also with the people that you interact most intimately with. That congruence of mind and action allows us to go through life with integrity and purpose and build more genuine and deep relationships.
Yes, aligning our thoughts, intentions, and behaviors is powerful for sure. And it is a full time job of itself, right? So it's easy to grow complacent in life if we're being real. We're all adulting, and that just sometimes in and of itself is overwhelming. So it's very common to stop taking that action required for a constant renewal and transformation of one's mind. But we are meant to change, evolve, and be brand new every single day. Learning to trade really helped me to be more mindful of this because it was just such an undertaking, to really upgrade my identity. And then the more I stepped into it, this new role, the more I just recognize that same intense, tunnel vision I took to learn how to trade could be applied to just so many more things. However, you can't be wishy-washy about it. You really got to put the pedal to the metal, chart your course, and then rechart it as many times as it takes. All the while, feeding your self-belief and just having, really strong clarity with your destination. If you want something different, you have to do something different. This applies to all areas of life. Personal development, relationships, health, and of course, I'm going to say trading. I've had to stop myself many times, and get over my pride and ego and admit that I'm doing the same shit and I'm getting the same results. If I want something different, I have to do something different. And you can kickstart this even when you're not feeling and performing at your best. In fact, that's when it's most important. It's easy to plan and strategize, when you're on your peak, but when you're in your valley, it's easy to think you can just will your way back to your peak. You have feelings like I was just there. It takes a blow to your confidence in an instant. However, you cannot just will your way back. Unfortunately, that's not the case. This is where aligned action is really needed the most. So you can do the work to make sure your next move is your best move. And I love to say, there's nothing to it but to do it.
Yes, I love that. I really liked how author and speaker Steve Maraboli put it when he said, "Intent without dedicated action is simply not enough. Action with a clear intent is a waste." It's when these two powerful forces are aligned that the energy of the universe conspires in your favor. I love that. Conspires in your favor. Yes, please.
Yes.
So, right? When we can create specific clarity on our intentions, then we are in a position to then take inspired, thoughtful action that is in alignment with your true goal or North Star, if you will. You can more quickly manifest what you desire because you're clearly showing up and doing the work that is in alignment with the outcomes you want to attract in your life. When you start moving in sync with these ideas and the plans that you have constructed to start knocking down these goals, it all feels so much more harmonious and easy and natural, like the forces are lined up and are urging you forward. There's a momentum to that energy and it just feels right and powerful. I love that feeling. When I am really on point in a week, I am honoring all my commitments to myself, to my partners, and to my goals. It really leaves a smile on my face at the end of those days. And I really hope that you guys all know that feeling too.
Oh, girl, it really is the best feeling. Keeping our promises to ourselves is queen shit, right? Big market mama energy right there. I think I've mentioned this phrase in another episode, but it's really relevant with this topic. I like to ask myself all the time, is this action serving a feeling or a purpose? This is almost like a quick self, check-in with the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other shoulder, right? You could apply it to all things in life, big and small. It's really just an exercise in being honest with yourself. Most people that love us will validate us even on our bullshit. And most likely will be reflecting their own feelings onto us in the process. So I like to think that only I fully know what my purpose is, what my intentions are, and if this action is either going to serve me or it's going to defer me. So we know we have that ability, to tap into that inner voice that tells us exactly what we need to do. It's not outside or around us, but it comes from just being so in tune or aligned that we could really start to shorten that time it does take, to recognize an action that is in true alignment with our path, or something that we just need to give a hard pass and not another thought. Don't entertain it.
I recently read this other quote on the subject, and it's really great analogy. This one is from Brian Tracy, and it reads, "Just as your car runs more smoothly and requires less energy to go faster and farther when the wheels are in perfect alignment, you perform better when your thoughts, feelings, emotions, goals, and values are in balance." Oh my gosh, right? That is a pretty clear visual representation of the alignment that I just really liked. It made me think about the importance of aligning my short term actions with my long term goals. Each day just flows so much more smoothly when I can take the small steps and follow through with what I know is gaining me ground towards my big picture dreams. I can cut the focus off of the barriers or fears or any negative worries and instead aim it towards the why and the how of my life's pursuits. This focus really directs me and it steers me away from the toxic or unhelpful wastes of time, but into the productive and purposeful choices that make me 1% better each day. So even if a negative short term outcome presents itself in my day, such as trading, right? If a trade that I entered goes against me. So taking a small loss, staying level, learning from what the market told me when I lost that trade, and remaining neutral and open to better opportunities makes that small point loss for that trade negligible. And the day can remain in complete alignment with my successful trader North Star. But if I see a trade going against me, I may have done this a time or two, and I get irritated and confused, frustrated, and I decide to manage it with riskier choices, such as adjusting my stop and maybe averaging into that loser, then I am showing that I don't actually have full faith in my system and I don't respect my greater plan and goals. That pulls me out of alignment and I feel it every time. You guys may know the feeling. I know I do. When something that we do was not how we strategically planned to show up, and then the end result is an actual setback. It feels uncomfortable, wrong, and emotional, but not in a good way. These are warning signs that we are acting out of coherence with our intentions. And these warnings need to be appropriately managed before they get out of hand. So for me, I can pull out of this faster with an open, honest conversation with my person or my people, depending on the situation. I just talk it out, kind of dig into it for a minute, identify any root causes if I can, take it seriously, and then just get back on track the next day. But I don't hate on myself or hold the negativity any longer than I need to. I need to take a moment to feel it. I'm a human. I need to learn a lesson from it, obviously, because it went south, and dump out those emotions, let them go. And then you just adjust your sails and prepare for the next day. This is how I adjust course, and I'm getting better at it because after that bad wind, I can get my ship back on track for the ultimate harbor, right? Who doesn't love a boat? So that little dip of a small stop loss hit, it'll barely make a blip on my long-term uptrend equity curve so long as I let it stay small until I can patiently wait for another great trade setup moving forward. And then that really keeps me just in alignment and flowing the direction I want to without any major setbacks. That's the goal of aligned action.
Yeah, it totally is. And like you said, not reinforcing the negative, learning from it, extracting that value and then moving on and not letting it eat you up. So yeah, we've made progress on that front for sure. Okay, so earlier this week, Becky and I took in this amazing conference on developing confidence from the speaker Florencia Andreas. And one big takeaway was to try and catch yourself doing all the things that you're doing right instead of the few you were doing wrong. That was just so, very impactful. And of course, she explained, how that is just not the norm in our society. Instead, weaknesses and bad news get all the attention, and it travels much faster than strengths and good news. So we can think back, to our childhood, how we came up in school, the meetings and talks, they were always mostly centered around what we needed to be doing better, what we're doing wrong. So not much was about, the things that we're showing great ability and our strengths, our natural talents. And we still do this to ourselves, even as adults, because it's ingrained in us. And it's something that I'm really trying to work to break free from. So I'm challenging myself, to create my own personal success highlight reel that's centered around all the promises that I'm keeping to myself each and every day to better myself in all the facets of my life, as it's a much healthier and productive and empowering approach to aligning my actions so I can be, do, and have whatever I want. Practicing this act, just really reminds me of one of my favorite sayings, where your awareness goes, your energy flows. And I need all that good energy flowing, to me, through me, and out of me.
Okay, I really love this discussion. I don't know about you guys, but I really gain value from talking about these types of things. When I say them out loud or discuss them with a friend, it adds power to the ideas and it takes up more space and energy for a positive gain in my mind. So thank you so much for being here with us and giving us an outlet for these cool topics. We really actually love being a community for you guys to come and hang out with for these great discussions that feed us just as much as hopefully our viewers. Um, all right, one final quote that really needs to be read before we let you go. And it is by entrepreneur and author Darren Hardy. It is, "The rhythm of daily action aligned with your goals creates the momentum that separates dreamers from super achievers." Okay, this, right? We're super achievers. Everyone, we're super achievers here. I love a strong rhythm that feeds my momentum towards achieving my goals for sure. So let's all take that energy into our day from here and do what we do best. But first, take a quick second and like and subscribe, please. We're putting in good work here, right? Okay. Take care, everyone. We're really glad you're here with us.
Have a great day. Bye.